What if I unveiled a truth so profound, so unexpected, that it would reshape your understanding of the cosmos? Imagine that even Lucifer, the fallen angel, the architect of deceit, the very embodiment of darkness, was once subject to a hierarchy, compelled to heed commands emanating from forces beyond his comprehension. These were not simply angels adorned with wings and trumpets, guardians stationed at sacred sites. No, these were primordial powers, celestial enforcers, entities revered and feared in both the celestial realm and the infernal abyss. Their authority stemmed not merely from their inherent might, but from the very essence of the eternal word spoken through them, a word that resonated with the power of creation itself. In a war that predates humanity's existence, a conflict woven into the fabric of time, three angels stood as unwavering bulwarks, their presence a resounding declaration of divine sovereignty. When they spoke, even Lucifer, the defiant one, fell silent, his rebellion momentarily quelled by the sheer force of their divinely ordained purpose. This is their story, a tale of celestial order, unwavering obedience, and the enduring power of the divine will. Long before humanity's eyes first beheld the dawn's radiant embrace, before the Garden of Eden blossomed in pristine glory, before the earth itself took shape beneath the watchful gaze of the stars, there existed a kingdom unlike any fashioned from earthly materials. It was a realm of pure spirit, an ethereal tapestry woven with threads of glory and divine purpose. At the heart of this celestial domain resided the throne of God, radiating an unfathomable brilliance that illuminated the cosmos. Surrounding this throne stood legions of angels, an immeasurable host numbering in the millions, each possessing a unique name, a specific purpose, and a designated rank within the celestial hierarchy. Among this magnificent assembly was Lucifer. Yes, the very being now known as the devil, the adversary, the source of all that is wicked and perverse. But in those primordial days, he was a creature of unparalleled splendor, a masterpiece of divine creation. Known as Hell-Ben-Shakar, the morning star, Lucifer was an archangel of breathtaking beauty and boundless wisdom. He was entrusted with the sacred duty of bearing light and leading celestial worship, a position of immense privilege and divine favor. He walked among fiery stones, basking in the radiant glow of God's countenance. Other angels regarded him with admiration, drawn to his charismatic presence and undeniable power. Some even followed him, captivated not by fear, but by an overwhelming sense of awe and respect. Yet even in his elevated position, there were three angels whom Lucifer dared not challenge. Three who stood closer to the throne than he, their beings resonating with the very essence of divine authority. These three bore commands directly from the mouth of God, their presence a potent force that disrupted pride, extinguished arrogance, and crushed rebellion before it could even take root. These were the archangels who not only served in heaven, but ruled according to heaven's unyielding order. Their names were known to ancient prophets, whispered in hushed tones of reverence. Fallen spirits trembled at their mere mention. And even today, their influence continues to resonate within the unseen realms, their power an enduring testament to the unwavering strength of the divine will. But before we delve into the individual stories of these three celestial enforcers, it is crucial to understand a fundamental truth. Heaven was not always a realm fractured by conflict and division. Lucifer did not always harbor rebellion in his heart. There was a time when harmony reigned supreme, when these three angels, alongside Lucifer himself, functioned as commanders within God's celestial army. Their combined efforts focused on maintaining order and executing the divine will. However, a subtle yet insidious shift began to take place within Lucifer's being. His magnificence, once a source of profound humility and unwavering devotion, gradually transformed into an object of pride and self-admiration. He began to believe that glory was his by right, that he deserved the adoration and power he possessed. He gazed upon the throne of God not with reverence and gratitude, but with a growing sense of ambition and entitlement. He began to whisper insidious lies into the ears of weaker angels, subtly sowing seeds of doubt and discontent, preying on their insecurities and vulnerabilities. When these nascent sparks of rebellion began to flicker, these three angels were the first to rise in opposition. They did not attempt to flatter him, nor did they cower in fear before his formidable presence. Instead, they reminded him with unwavering clarity of the source of their authority, of the one whom they ultimately obeyed. They made it unequivocally clear that his power was not inherent, not something he had earned, but rather a gift, a privilege bestowed upon him by the grace of the Almighty. In that pivotal moment, a line was drawn, an invisible but unyielding boundary that separated loyalty from treachery, obedience from defiance. A silent warning echoed throughout the celestial realm. You may shine like the morning star Lucifer, but you will never outshine the one who created the dawn. These three angels would become an eternal thorn in Lucifer's side, a constant reminder of his limitations and the futility of his ambition. He would recoil from their voices, his pride wounded by their unwavering fidelity. He would obey their commands not out of respect or admiration, but out of a primal fear of the infinite power that stood behind them, the unyielding force of the divine will. And now, we shall unveil their identities one by one, exploring their unique roles and the profound impact they have had on the eternal struggle between good and evil. Number 1. Michael, the commander of heaven's armies, the epitome of divine courage and unwavering resolve. His name is the first whispered in every tale of spiritual warfare, his presence a beacon of hope in the face of overwhelming darkness. He is not merely an angel, but a general, a celestial warrior, whose very presence signals the commencement of battle. His name, who is like God, is not a question, but a defiant challenge, a divine taunt hurled at any being who dares to compare themselves to the Almighty. Michael is the archangel who stands at the epicenter of every heavenly conflict, the unwavering defender of divine sovereignty. He is not a messenger tasked with delivering dreams to sleeping prophets or whispering comforting words into the ears of earthly kings. Michael is the edge of heaven's sword, the embodiment of righteous fury, the one who appears when warnings have been ignored, and the time for diplomacy has passed when war has become the only remaining option. When Lucifer first conceived rebellion in the quiet shadows of his heart, when the seeds of treachery began to sprout within his being, Michael was there, a silent observer, a watchful guardian. He saw the subtle shift in Lucifer's demeanor, the growing arrogance hidden beneath honeyed words. He heard the whispers of discontent, the insidious lies designed to undermine the foundations of heaven's order. And when the first act of defiance was unleashed, when Lucifer dared to draw a third of the angels away from the throne, it was Michael who rose to meet him, not just with sword in hand, but with the full weight of divine authority. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. Revelation 12:7. This was not a symbolic struggle, a mere metaphorical representation of the conflict between good and evil. It was a cosmic confrontation of immense proportions, a battle not of equals, but of power and submission. Lucifer did not attempt to negotiate with Michael, did not try to reason with him, or appeal to his sense of compassion. He fought with all the fury and desperation of a being who knew he was on the verge of losing everything. And he lost. Cast down like lightning, the proudest being ever created was hurled from the realm of glory, banished from the presence of God, not by the direct intervention of the Almighty, but by the one whom God had authorized to wield his power, the one who embodied unwavering obedience and unwavering loyalty. Michael's command did not stem from physical strength or martial prowess. It came from divine appointment, from the unwavering trust placed in him by the Creator himself. And that is what ultimately forced Lucifer to obey. You see, Satan still roams the earth, still tempts and deceives, still seeks to ensnare humanity in his web of lies. But whenever Michael appears in Scripture in prophetic visions, in end times prophecies, Lucifer recognizes him and he knows what comes next: judgment, defeat, and the inevitable triumph of good over evil. Michael appears at the most pivotal moments in Daniel's visions as the prince protecting Israel, a guardian against the forces of darkness, seeking to destroy God's chosen people. In Jude 1:9, he is seen disputing with Satan over the body of Moses, a confrontation so intense, so shrouded in mystery, that the details are veiled from human understanding. In Revelation, he leads heaven's armies into the final war, the last stand against the encroaching darkness, the ultimate battle for the soul of humanity. And even today, in the unseen realms, believers call upon Michael not as a saint to be worshipped, but as a symbol of divine defense, a protector against the forces of evil that seek to undermine their faith and destroy their lives. Why does Lucifer obey him? Because Michael is not just a warrior. He is a living, breathing reminder. A reminder that the war is already lost, that the forces of darkness are ultimately destined for defeat. A reminder that rebellion, no matter how seductive or alluring, was never stronger than obedience to the divine will. A reminder that even the most beautiful angel, once fallen from grace, cannot stand before the one who never bowed, the one who embodies the very essence of divine sovereignty. Number 2, Gabriel, the voice that shakes kingdoms, the herald of divine intervention, the messenger of hope and transformation. If Michael is the sword of heaven, then Gabriel is the trumpet, a voice that cuts through the darkness, declaring not just what is coming, but what cannot be stopped, the unyielding force of divine destiny. His name, God is my strength, is a testament to his unwavering reliance on the power of the Almighty. His presence always signals one thing: divine intervention is imminent, a moment of profound significance that will alter the course of history. Gabriel does not come to offer empty platitudes or fleeting moments of comfort. He comes to interrupt, to disrupt empires, to deliver words that alter the future, to set in motion events that will reshape the world. And Satan knows that. Throughout Scripture, Gabriel appears only at moments where history is about to take a dramatic turn, where heaven's agenda must break through earthly confusion and assert its dominion over the affairs of humanity. I have come to give you insight and understanding, he told Daniel, revealing the mysteries of the future and offering guidance in a time of profound uncertainty. I stand in the presence of God, he declared to Zechariah before silencing his voice for doubting heaven's decree, a swift and decisive act that underscored the absolute authority of the divine messenger. But it was at Nazareth, centuries later, that Gabriel delivered his most devastating blow to the kingdom of darkness, a seemingly insignificant visit to a humble virgin named Mary. You will conceive and give birth to a son, and you will name him Jesus, he proclaimed, setting in motion the chain of events that would ultimately lead to the redemption of humanity. At that moment, Gabriel did not merely deliver news. He triggered a war, a cosmic battle for the very soul of mankind. The moment he spoke those words, Satan's grip on humanity began to crack his power, slowly but surely, eroding under the weight of divine intervention. The Word of God was being made flesh, and it was Gabriel who carried the announcement, the herald of the Messiah, the harbinger of hope for a world shrouded in darkness. You see, Lucifer does not fear noise, chaos, or confusion. He is, after all, the prince of confusion and the master of deception, thriving in environments where truth is obscured and clarity is elusive. But what he cannot resist, what he cannot block or silence, is a voice that comes straight from the throne of God, a voice that resonates with the unyielding power of the divine will. Gabriel is that voice, and it torments the devil, a constant reminder of his limitations and the futility of his rebellion. In fact, after Gabriel delivered his message to Daniel in the Old Testament, he revealed that he had been resisted by the prince of Persia, a demonic principality of immense power, for 21 days. It took the intervention of Michael, the warrior archangel, to break the demonic hold and allow Gabriel to finally break through, underscoring the immense significance of his message and the desperate attempts of the forces of darkness to thwart its delivery. Why? Because even demons knew that if Gabriel spoke, destiny would move forward, that the divine plan would unfold with unstoppable force, regardless of their efforts to impede it. Lucifer cannot stop prophecy. He cannot unwrite what heaven declares, cannot erase the words that have been spoken by the divine messenger. But he can try to delay it, to drown it in noise and fear, to create distractions that would divert attention away from the truth. But when Gabriel arrives, there is no negotiation, no compromise, no room for doubt. His presence means that God has spoken, that the divine will has been made manifest, and even the devil must back away, forced to acknowledge the unyielding power of the Almighty. Gabriel is not a warrior. He doesn't need to be, because the power of his voice is final, a declaration of divine authority that cannot be challenged or overturned. He is the divine messenger of irreversible change, the harbinger of transformation. When he appears, empires shift, kings fall, and eternity draws near the veil between the seen and the unseen, thinning as the divine plan unfolds. So why does Lucifer obey him? Because Gabriel speaks not with his own words, but with God's will, with the full force of divine authority backing every syllable. And even the prince of darkness, the master of rebellion, must step aside when the king has spoken, acknowledging the ultimate sovereignty of the Almighty. Number 3, Raphael, the angel of healing judgment and hidden authority, a celestial enigma whose power lies not in overt displays of force, but in the subtle yet profound restoration of divine order. Among the three, Raphael is perhaps the most mysterious, his methods less direct, his influence more nuanced. He does not command heaven's armies like Michael, nor does he deliver divine decrees with the resounding authority of Gabriel. Yet Lucifer obeys him not because of what is seen on the surface, but because of what is hidden beneath the underlying power of divine restoration and the inevitable triumph of good over evil. His name, God Heals, offers a glimpse into his primary function, but to reduce him to just a healer would be a grave mistake, a gross underestimation of his true power and purpose. Raphael is not merely a general spirit sent to comfort the sick or alleviate suffering. He is an enforcer of divine restoration, a celestial agent tasked with undoing the damage caused by the forces of darkness. And sometimes, to truly restore, one must first tear down, dismantle the structures of oppression, and expose the hidden darkness that festers beneath the surface. We first encounter Raphael in the Book of Tobit, an apocryphal text revered for generations and still respected. In many traditions, a testament to the enduring power of faith and the unwavering intervention of the divine. Disguised as a traveler, Raphael escorts a young man named Tobias through a perilous journey, guiding him through danger, protecting him from harm, and ultimately leading him to his destiny. He drives out a demon, haunting a young woman's life, freeing her from torment and restoring her to wholeness. He heals Tobit's blindness, restoring his sight and allowing him to once again see the world with clarity. But as the story unfolds, it becomes clear that this seemingly ordinary traveler is anything but. Raphael had been sent directly by God not just to heal physical ailments, but to undo the pervasive damage of demonic oppression, to restore balance and harmony to a world ravaged by sin. Maiten, I am Raphael, one of the 7 holy angels who present the prayers of the saints and enter into the presence of the glory of the Holy One. Tobit 12:15. 7 holy angels, 7 divine agents who dwell closer to the throne than any rebellious spirit can even approach their beings, resonating with the very essence of divine purity. Raphael is not a messenger, simply relaying information from one place to another. He is an executor of divine response, an agent of justice who intervenes to right the wrongs of the world and restore the divine order. Lucifer fears Raphael because of what he represents: God's infinite ability to reverse what Satan has broken, to heal what has been wounded, to restore what has been lost. Think about that for a moment. Lucifer thrives on destruction, on tearing lives apart, poisoning minds with doubt and despair, shattering families, blinding eyes to the truth, and creating chaos wherever he goes. But when Raphael enters the scene, that cycle of destruction is interrupted, the relentless advance of darkness brought to a sudden halt. He doesn't fight Satan with swords or engage in direct confrontations of power. He fights him with restoration, with the unwavering force of divine healing, undoing the damage that Lucifer has inflicted and restoring wholeness to those who have been broken. He exposes hidden darkness, bringing light to the places where the enemy has tried to keep it hidden. He binds the tormentor, silencing the voices of oppression and freeing those who have been held captive. He brings divine clarity to places the enemy has tried to keep blind, allowing people to see the truth and break free from the chains of deception. In the book of Enoch, one of the most forbidden and controversial texts ever unearthed, Raphael plays a terrifying role in the war against the Watchers, the fallen angels who corrupted mankind, teaching them forbidden knowledge and leading them astray. It was Raphael who was ordered by God to bind Azazel, the rebellious leader of the Watchers, hand and foot, and cast him into the desert until the final judgment of fallen angel cast down, not by Michael the warrior, not by Gabriel the herald, but by the one sent to cleanse the earth of corruption, a testament to the profound power of divine restoration. Lucifer knows this. He remembers the defeat, the humiliation, the utter futility of his rebellion in the face of Raphael's unwavering commitment to justice. Because Raphael doesn't just restore humans to wholeness. He restores heaven's order, reestablishing the divine balance and silencing the voices of rebellion. And when he is sent on a mission, the objective is clear: silence demonic voices, expose hidden agendas, restore what the enemy has distorted, and leave no space for darkness to hide, creating a shield of light that repels the forces of evil. That is why Satan obeys, not out of respect or admiration, but out of a primal fear of the consequences of disobedience, a deep-seated understanding of the unwavering power of divine justice. Because Raphael doesn't come with noise or fanfare. He comes with justice, quiet, clean, unstoppable justice, the unwavering force of divine restoration that cannot be denied. He is heaven's physician, but also heaven's executioner of mercy, a paradox that underscores the profound complexity of divine judgment. So there you have it, a glimpse into the celestial hierarchy, the power behind the throne, and the surprising obedience even Lucifer exhibits toward Michael Gabriel and Raphael. The message, I hope, is one of enduring hope and unshakable truth, that even in the face of overwhelming darkness, divine order prevails. The forces of good embodied in these powerful archangels are constantly at work, restoring, protecting, and ensuring the ultimate triumph of the Almighty's will. This is just the beginning of our journey into this fascinating topic, so there's much more to explore. We'd love to hear your thoughts. What resonated with you most about these celestial enforcers? Do you have any questions about their roles or their impact on the spiritual realm? Please share your comments and join the discussion down below. And be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss part 2. We'll be diving even deeper into the mysteries of these incredible angels and exploring more about the eternal conflict between good and evil. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.